Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce and the editor of the Hub City Legend newspaper, folks, the digital and the physical version. Look here, as we are a part of the progress of Compton, one of the things we want to do here at Hub City Legend is let you know what's going on in the city of Compton. If we don't tell you, some cases you don't know. There are a lot of different programs, and we are a part of a lot of things going on in Compton. One of the things that's going on in Compton right now, there is a movement to see what the future of Compton is going to look like. And my guest today is a young lady who's kind of spearheading that movement. I'm going to bring on the screen right now Miss Kenyeel Ash. Hello, dear. How you doing today?
Hi, Lonzo. I am great, and you?
I'm fantastic. I can't complain about nothing. I was just telling them right before you came on, there is a movement in Compton, not only to progress, clean up, but it's also a movement to see what the citizens of Compton, the shareholders of Compton would like to see Compton look like. That's something that if you put together, you have an event coming up. Let's talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. So with the councilwoman Lily P. Darden, we came together and we just spoke about in terms of what we would like to see in the city of Compton. And you had many conversations with councilwoman, and she has a big vision for the city of Compton. And not just that, as a stakeholder in the city of Compton, as a community member of the city of Compton, I see and I hear a lot of complaints more than I hear solutions in terms of what the city of Compton should look like. So councilwoman and I came together and said, well, why don't we do a vision board party? As you know, her tagline was leadership today, vision for tomorrow. Okay. So involve the community members and stakeholders, those who eat, live, and play in the city of Compton or call city of Compton home. If you grew up in the city of Compton, why don't we do something where we invite them to not just share their vision, but bring the visuals in terms of what that should look like, what they would like to see the city of Compton look like in the near future. Because, I mean, a lot of people have ideas in terms of what the city of Compton should look like. And those who are from the city of Compton, we know that we are not the stereotypical city of Compton that they see and hear on television, right? When we listen to Spectrum News or the news channels, whenever they're covering Compton, a lot of times they want to start with the potholes and things, the negative of the city of Compton. And unfortunately, some of the stakeholders or residents, they do feel the same way, or they highlight those things. But how about the idea is about us coming together, and aside from coming together to share our vision, but really make it visual so that we can reimagine what the city of Compton can look like, feel like in the near future.
Now, you know what? I think that's a great idea, because one thing I noticed about people, if no matter how good your idea, if they weren't a part of it, some people will shoot it down. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what I'm gathering is that you are creating an opportunity for people to have some input on what the future of Compton should look like through vision boards. I think that's a great idea. In fact, if you look at the latest issue of Hub City Legend, we have a little something about that. We got a low rider in space. Well, there's some stuff my boy does. He's very artistic when it comes to those covers. But again, what is your vision of Compton? And like I say, the city council may have one idea, but you may have something totally different. And I've been blessed in the past to work with Lily P. Darden, the 4th District, to allow some of my visions to come true. And I appreciate it for that. I mean, we did the Easy Street project together. We're currently working on bringing a community garden in Compton. So I think if you got something you want to see, we cannot see inside your brain. You got to tell somebody.
Yeah, and then complaining on Facebook, right? You complain on Facebook or to your friends in terms of, well, why doesn't the city of Compton have this? Why don't they have this? Well, okay, well, here's your chance to come and to a positive environment. We want everyone to come with high energy, great energy, but into a positive environment to be able to share those ideas and visions. Because like you said, you worked with Councilwoman Darden, you had different ideas, and together you guys were able to bring that to fruition. Now, granted, there are certain processes in place in terms of, getting certain things improved, but what would that look and feel like when you see your ideas coming to life? So say, for example, someone had an idea of the community garden. That was once not a thing. But imagine how that felt to the person who came up with that idea to finally see it coming into fruition with your city official support. So, councilwomen want to be able to help steer those ideas and help bring those ideas to life. But of course, the city can't do it they can do it, but it would be nice for them to be able to have the citizens input and the stakeholders input in terms of what they would like to see.
I can honestly say, for me, when I go to the gym or go to the hotel, I purposely come up Easy Street. Okay, that's something I do. I know it sounds crazy. Sometimes I'll, even when I advertise the new Raising Cane's, I say Alameda and Easy Street. Okay, I don't. That's how I do it, because that was my baby. I'm watching it grow. So as you make an input into the city, you'd be surprised at how it makes you feel personally, and it will add to your legacy. Just the fact you were a part of that, and I think you really missing out on the opportunity to have your visions at least reviewed by somebody who can help make that happen. And that's something that you can't do that at the city council meeting.
No,
you got 2 minutes, and it depends on what day of the week it is. You might only have one. So you might want to come to an event, bring some ideas, bring a vision board. Vision boards are kind of fun. They are a lot of fun. Bring a vision board of what you see. Let the city councilwoman see what you have to offer. And then maybe you can take some other vision boards and combine it and get something. Everybody got some input, and you'd be surprised. You may bring something that may be the key component to make something go to the next level, or just give somebody an idea. You know what? Let's do that, but let's do this as well. And that always works.
Build upon that. Exactly. Bring those pictures. So the idea is to be able to do a collective vision board as a community. So you bring your ideas, you bring your pictures. So say, for example, you're riding through Lakewood, Long Beach, any neighboring city, or wherever you may work. When you're riding through those neighborhoods, you take the picture, or you find the pictures on the internet from your idea. So say, for example, you have someone who had an idea of having an amphitheater, right? A beautiful amphitheater, but not just any amphitheater, a particular style of amphitheater. He went and he found the picture on the internet and he sent it over and said, hey, this is my idea of what I would like to see in the city of Compton. So if you have an idea of what you would like, scour the internet and save those photos, print them out and bring them, because you're going to be working on a collective vision board with other community members to say, hey, this is what I would like to see. And like how you said, Lonzo, which is a really great idea, is that more ideas build upon other people's ideas. And I love that, because when you hear other community members' ideas and it's something that you didn't even think about, it gets you even more excited for the future in terms of, okay, how can we make this happen? It starts the conversation more with your council members and Councilwoman Lily Darden in terms of how can we make this happen? And they will educate you on the process in terms of, hey, this is the step, this is the step. Because Lonzo, I remember when you came up with the idea of Easy Street, I remember you standing up and saying, hey, this is what I like, this is what I would like to see, prior to you even working with Councilwoman. So even to see that come to fruition and you were able to bring that to life, that was really impactful.
I thank you, dear. I appreciate that. That's just the beginning of the ideas that I have. I see a walk of fame for Compton. I see a wall of fame behind the casino, behind the hotel, that long wall where it's temporarily shut down from the metro. I think that Compton, because Compton is the only city on the metro on that line that has 2 stops. I think both those stops should have some value to the community outside of just having a place people get in their cars or catch a train. Those 2 locations, especially the one that's closed down, right behind off of Easy Street, that location right there, there's a 300. I've measured it. It's a 312-foot wall plus. That just goes to the gate. But if you keep on going, it's another 100 feet. That wall could be utilized for they're already drawn on the wall as it is. Let's put some art on that wall. Make that wall and open that gate up so people can come out and take pictures around there. Go to visit Easy Street and go by and visit the Circle of Legends, which is my next project over in Compton, the Circle of Legends, right there, that roundabout that needs some attention. So these are things that I see in Compton. It just happened to be in the 4th district. Okay, that's just how I feel. But also the community gardens in the 4th district.
Yeah.
It's not a favoritism to Ms. Darden. It just happens that area has a lot of potential that's not being utilized. And I hate seeing stuff go to waste. That's just me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that would be awesome. I remember at one point there were plans maybe 8 years ago, if not more, or a little less, give or take the 8 years, where that entire area, remember, was supposed to be shops, a
Right.
movie theater, restaurants, and the when I saw the plans a long time ago, it was just like, oh my gosh, this would be so awesome. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh no. I saw the
Yeah.
drawing. I've seen the drawing.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be the bomb. Hey.
Yes. So like how you said, that area has so much potential, but Compton has so much potential as a whole in terms of what it could be.
And I think that's the key word here for Compton. Compton has a lot of potential. Compton has a lot of people like yourself, like Lily P. Darden, like a lot of people in Compton. They just love Compton. I've been in Compton. I've been a part of Compton since I was a kid. I was born in Compton. I haven't lived in Compton in quite some time, but everything I've ever done, went to school, paid my phone bills, girlfriends, everything, baby mama, Compton. So Compton's been a part of my heart, and I've seen the various transitions of Compton from the time I could walk from Campanella Park, no problem, to the time you couldn't go outside sometime. So to see Compton is on its way back around and the vibe of Compton is changing, we still got some work to do. But
yeah,
the overall vibe of Compton has changed tremendously. When I look up and I go to events and I see hundreds of Black and brown people having a good time at family events, that lets me know there is hope for Compton. Okay,
yeah.
it's hope. And when you see hope, you want to contribute to it. You want to be a part of it. And that's my motivation for the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce, this channel and this interview. Just to let people know, people feel Compton has a lot to offer, and we want to see what you have to offer Compton.
Yes, absolutely. And it's the community's chance and the stakeholders' chance to be able to be a part of something that's impactful, because what community members don't understand, that they have a voice too. Most community members understand that, but half of the community members do not understand that they have a voice bigger than the complaints, right? You could be a part of the solutions in terms of what Compton could be, again, in the near future, by working with other community members, by being a part of groups that want to improve Compton, as well as working with your council persons to be able to bring those better ideas and those visions to life. And so that's what Saturday is all about, imagining Compton's future for the community members, again, to come together and in a fun environment, in a safe environment, and just bring the fun and bring the ideas, because I know that Compton, we have some of the most creative and amazing personalities that come out of Compton. In my personal opinion, we have the best talent and the most talent here, from all type of forms, all forms of artistry, from photography to painters to musicians and all of the above. And it's like, bring that artistry here. Let's put our minds together and form a beautiful canvas in terms of what Compton could be.
Tell them about the event going on Saturday.
Yeah, so on Saturday, Millions in Progress have partnered with Councilwoman Lily P. Darden to bring Imagining Compton's Future Vision Board Party, which is the collective community vision board party with other community members, other stakeholders, and other leaders, where we could come together and we could build and share our ideas in terms of what we would like to see for the city of Compton. What we're asking is if you can bring some pictures and some pictures and some words that represent Compton, because we will be working on collective vision boards. And once the vision boards are complete, Councilwoman and we're working on finding a home for those visions and for those vision boards. So say, for example, just displaying it in a museum type fashion, so that the community members can go and visit and say, hey, I contributed to this vision board here.
Okay. I love it. What time is going Saturday?
Yeah, so this Saturday, March 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., we do ask that community members and stakeholders arrive on time so that we can stay on schedule with the event. It will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay. At where?
at Dollar High Community Center. We have some amazing facilitators. We have amazing committee members. Thank you, Lonzo, for being a part of the committee to bring this to life and provide this platform so that we can speak about it more. But again, our committee members, you will meet our committee members. They are from the city of Compton, and they have some amazing input in terms of what the city of Compton could be, and also contributing to what this event could look like as well.
All right, now understand this, folks. When you come down here on Saturday, we're going to present some ideas. We're going to exchange some ideas. Don't expect it to happen by Tuesday at the city council meeting. It ain't going to happen, okay? And I think that's one of the things that people don't understand about a municipality like Compton. If you complain in January, it may take June or July for something to happen, and that's no disrespect. It takes a long time to turn that big ship around. A lot of things have to go into making things happen in the city. You just can't, especially if it costs over $1,000. Over $1,000, it's finna go down, folks. Understand this, because you got to get it approved. You got to get it on the agenda, approved by the city council, taken back to the city manager, the controller's office, and the budget department. Everybody has to do their due diligence, take it back to the city council. Then somebody got to go back to the city manager again and put a bid out to find out what's going to happen. Then they got to bid on it. Then once they get the bid that they like, they got to vote on the bid. Okay. Then they got to be ready to do the event or do the work, and you got to be on their schedule. So just because you say something in January and it ain't done by February, don't mean people don't care. They're not interested. It's just that it takes a while to make things happen in any city. Imagine Los Angeles. Imagine a city as big as LA. That's all the programs they have going on. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, I was someplace, and they said it took on an average of 9 months just to get one project done. So just think about this. You get pregnant, you ain't having that baby till September, okay? It's the same thing with the project. When you give birth to something, it's going to take a while for that thing to develop and to manifest and become an actual tangible movement. Some things can be done a little faster depending on what it is, but for the most part, an original idea has to go through a lot of processes, and you have to understand the process. And that's why I think some of the frustration comes in that. And then you got to hope that nothing bigger comes before that. Because if a tree falls down or a street gets buckled or something, some kind of catastrophe happens, you got to things going to get set back. So they may have told you those potholes are going to be fixed in June, but because the street buckled over around the corner, that's going to be a major lawsuit. So they had to fix that first, which may move everything back. Nobody's lying. It's just sometimes life be lifing.
Priorities, right? Priorities. And I'm glad that you explained it that way, because some people do think that it's supposed to happen overnight. Because I said this, it needs to be fixed tomorrow. What I will say, what Councilwoman is good at in terms of, okay, if a tree fall or, a big pothole in the street needs to be fixed, or, something that will take a short period of time, she's good at getting people over there in order to be able to fix certain things. However, like you said, when it comes to big things, okay, I would like for us to have a movie theater, a skater rink, or like those are ideas that they get to put into the plans and champion for, when people come in or organizations come in and put in the bids. But, it's great to be a part of that process. But like how you say, great things take time. And right now it's about planting the seeds. You have to plant the seeds first in order for them to be watered and for it to blossom and bloom. And so that's what we're doing on Saturdays. We're planting those seeds in terms of, our city being a premier destination for tourists and travel. I mean, it's a nice place now to come to bring the tour bus, but at the same time, we could be a premier destination for others to come and tour and see.
Now, do you know the Compton tour already, right?
I've seen that, yes.
There's a Compton tour, and I've met the people that run the tour. I met them at the Compton shop on Alondra, and the young lady who runs it, I call her Go to Work. That's her nickname. Go to Work. They come over there every day, and they bring people from all over the world, make Compton their destination at some point in time on their vacation. Last summer, I have a book out, NWA, and I was at Alonzo. I filled it at the Compton shop, okay? And I signed multiple books with people with multiple accents from all over the globe. France, England, Germany, Irish, it don't make no difference. Compton is on the minds of everyone, and we need to make sure when they get here, they have a reason to come to Compton, something to see, and something to spend their money on. That's what tourism is all about. So I'm going back to my idea again, by having 2 stops on the metro line, we can come out, take pictures, buy some memorabilia, see the Walk of Fame, see the Wall of Fame, visit Easy Street, the Circle of Champions, and stop by the hotel, go to Target, go to Best Buy, because you never know, they might need a phone charger or something. Go to get something to eat at Raising Cane's. All these, once you got them stopped, they can take a look around and see what they got to offer. Okay? Yeah. That's what tourism is all about, folks. So you got to give people a reason to get off that train. You got to make it easy for them to get off the train and not walk all the way around to Artesia and come back to the hotel. That don't make no sense. But anyway, another conversation for the I'm gonna have to have with Lily P. Darden. But in the meantime, tell them again where you're gonna be, darling. Give them one more time.
Yes, make sure that you guys come out to Imagining Compton's Future this Saturday, March 22nd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. where we will be working and collaborating on building a better future for Compton via a community vision board. So again, bring your pictures, bring your ideas, and bring your overall vision of what you would like to see the city of Compton when you eat, work, play, and live. Bring it all, because we are building a brighter, better Compton for all.
All right, folks, you heard it straight out of her mouth. Kenyeel Ash, thank you, darling, for coming out and hanging out with us for a few minutes. Great interview. I will share this with you as well. In the meantime, folks, I will see you in the CPT someplace. I'm always somewhere. All right.